Welcome to episode 3. In this episode, I interview a former colleague of mine from TaskUs, who for me is the definition of hustle and grit. Despite starting out as an employee, she always knew one day she would be an entrepreneur and business owner. While working, she pursued her passion and started so many side hustles that she earned more from them than her actual job. Just like a lot of successful people, her journey was filled with extreme difficulty. It was very easy to just give up. But she did not. In this episode, we hear Aleli Berroya talk about her journey, specifically how she deals with losses, which are inevitable when you start a business, or are actually inevitable in life, her passion for sales, and the principles she follows when it comes to selling. She gives us advice on how to manage relationships in business. And finally, she talks about how to bounce back when your one and only plan fails. Enjoy, everyone. All right, and we're live. Aleli, good morning,
Hi,
and thank you for
Jerome.
joining me today. Hello.
Hello.
So I first met you when we were in TaskUs together. It was really hard not to notice you actually because you were winning all of these contests that the company was running, and mind you, these were big prizes. I think these were mostly trips overseas, experiences, that sort of thing, right? So you're really popular with the recruitment team because of all the referrals that you bring in. Today, you're a wildly successful real estate broker, I think, and soon to be owner of your very own salon. So
Mm,
obviously, even back then, you were already a hustler and a grinder, and these are characteristics that are important to someone thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, right? So
yeah.
my first question: describe for us what you and your life were like before you even made a conscious decision to take the leap and become an entrepreneur.
All right. Well, for me, it's really in my heart to do business. My mother was really doing beauty salon when I was young, and my father do tourist. Any business that can happen in the family, I already saw it. And I saw my sales skills the first, but eventually I was in the BPO first. That's my first job, and then for 10 years, I'm feeling that um, mas effective ako pag sales and more on business talaga. So yung leap, to be honest, I don't want to brag, pero hindi talaga siya yung, oy, I'm gonna do it like, nakakakaba, ganun. It's
Uh,
like me and um, me and my, ano tawag doon?
family
Parang,
or passion, mga ganyan?
oo, tapos hindi yung me and my, kalaban ko yung sarili ko na, ano, itutuloy mo na ba after 10 years of experiencing ko, may mga interpersonal ka ng relations with other people na talagang successful. Kasi I'm really probinsyana eh. So, nahihiya akong mag-communicate with other people, lalo here in Manila, or how to present myself sa kanila na without them asking me, saan ka ba galing? Ano bang, ano mo, yung status ko. And alam ko
Pero,
lang talaga, I'm really confident. So yung leap, hindi ko talaga siya masasabi na talagang nahirapan ako. Pero you know that, na you're one of them na I'm asking kung ano ba. Parang andun na ako sa peak ko ng pagiging agent, even though I haven't got that, the leadership, or I mean, on that managerial position, which dati din, pangarap ko din. Parang sabi ko, siguro, Lord said that it's not you doing the leadership, but ano ba, more on guiding. And yun nga, sabi ko nga, business na lang talaga. Hindi naman lang, kasi syempre, hindi ko din niisip na from, yun nga, staycation lang, napaka baba lang ng kinita. Talagang ano lang, sideline lang. Tapos yun, people were trusting me na to do the real estate, even nakakatakot. Yun pala. So yung leap, hindi masyadong mahirap, pero yung takot, they're asking me, ilang years ka na ba sa industry? Sinong network mo? Ganon. Kasi hindi ko alam na kailangan you really have a wide range of connection. Ang akala ko lang if you're, kaya mong kabisado mo yung mga condo or yung house and lot, yung square meters. Pero eventually, natutunan naman.
Yeah. So first off, thank you for those details. And anong province mo ba talaga?
Laguna, San Pedro, Laguna.
Okay. So kind of close na rin sa metro. Yeah. I was thinking mga like Cebu or something like that. But I think that's cool. So from an early age, na-expose ka na, like because of your parents were both, I think you said both of them are businessmen, business people, right? So the leap wasn't so much na it was a struggle for you to decide. It became a struggle nung nakapag-decide ka na, right? Kasi you made the leap, but then some people spend years talaga planning and learning and trying to get as much information as they can before they make the leap. But you did the opposite. You just made the leap and then bahala na yung, like, you do the training on the job, right?
That's why it's happening ginawa ko. Para kasi I was really blessed that a Chinese broker really trusted me and my partner to have this huge project na talagang nag-ano kami sa Parañaque. So, way back, yun I was mentioning to you before, we need to have a goal of 20 units a day for a month. So, if hindi kami nakaka-20 noon, 5 lang. Hindi ko akalaing ganun kaganda. Kasi I was not thinking about the income well, alam mo naman, pag mag-business talaga, it's about kailangan mo, conversion mo sa sales mo. Ang dami mo ang, katulad right nung pandemic, ang dami nga namin naiwan na mga condo units, pero hindi namin ma-convert siguro pangit yung Pero yun nga, dun sa pinaka-start ko talaga as the real estate agent, meron pang brokers na nagtitrain for us. Sobrang nagustuhan ko yung training niya kasi talagang yung sinabi niya na, yun na, in term ko na, strike it while it's hot. So dapat wala, kahit hindi ka na matulog sa kanya. Actually, we did that. Kasi kape na lang kami sa umaga, sa gabi. Beses lang kami kumakain sa buong araw. Masaya siya talaga. As in, enjoy ko na.
Contradiction yung sinabi mo eh. Kaya lang, puro kape lang, walang tulog, pero masaya.
Oo. Masaya siya kasi, alam niyo yun, worth it naman yung pagod mo in a day. Kahit 9 hours kami nag-iikot per tower, siguro 6 hours yun. Ilang floors yun, iniikot namin, communicating with the owners, yung di ba, overseas, so via phone pa. Lahat natutunan ko, pati yung mga terms na wire transfer, which is for a huge amount of money. Someone is really trusting you. $500,000 cash, sasabihin nga, sige, if you receive it, Aleli, and just transfer it me kapag may time ka lang. Minsan maabot pa kami. Nakakatuwa lang kasi hindi ako nag-look dun sa magkano ba kitain ko if I'm doing the real estate. Ang sabi ko lang, I want to help. Sige, I'm gonna share something. I want to help those people na walang matirahan, may it be foreigner or may it be local. Kasi I was homeless for 6 months way back 2019. Drama.
Wow, I didn't know that. So, okay, tell us more. Paano yun? Like, how did that happen?
Kasi I'm a single mom. So, I need to, I applied for scholarship for my daughter. Eventually, it didn't be approved. So, kailangan ko mag-ipon. Yun palang weakness ko dyan. Wala akong plan B. Laging A lang. So, if A hindi mangyari, medyo matagal akong gumawa ulit ng bagong solution. Pero, make sure ako na magiging solution ko, yun, parang A din. Wala talaga akong B, C. A lang, siguro A+, gano'n na lang.
Oo.
Parang I make sure to myself, kapag hindi nangyari yung A ko, yung A+ ko, yun nga, dahil from the word plus, mas maganda dun sa A. So, yun
Parang
po yung
all in
nangyari.
talaga, right? Like 100%, 110% focus. Pag nag-decide ka na, that's it. And
Mm.
you put your, like all of your energy, all of your power into that one thing. I think that's really good. Some people naman kasi ang problema nila is they are spreading themselves too thin. Like sobrang daming gustong gawin. And I was talking to a CEO of a new BPO. Parang kailan lang, I think it was Monday. And we were talking about Warren Buffett. Kilala mo yun, right? Si Warren Buffett. One of the wealthiest people in the world. Tas isa sa pinakamagaling na investors in the history of, I guess you could say, the stock market. And ang sabi niya is, ang number one attribute na kailangan ng isang tao para maging successful is focus, right? Tas si Will Smith, actually bago to, I was listening to an interview with Will Smith then. Sabi niya is, pag may, lahat ng energy mo dapat sa plan A, kasi pag may plan B ka, it distracts from plan
Oo.
A, right?
Yeah.
Narinig mo na yun, yung interview na yan? Yeah, right? Powerful,
Siguro
right?
tayo
It's
pa din.
really powerful. So just taking a step back, bakit hindi ka dumiretso agad sa real estate? Like, why did you even spend 10 years in the BPO industry? Doesn't that seem like counterintuitive, right? Parang hindi ba sayang yung time na yun?
I believe in preparing you for the better.
Nox.
Kaya oo, may gano'n. Parang, yun nga, hindi ko naman din nakita yung sarili ko na magiging, alam ko sarili ko, magiging businesswoman ako kasi gusto ko talaga. Bata pala,
Okay.
I really wanna build a
Yan,
small...
na-establish na yan, right? And then?
Sinasabi ko yun sa mami ko na, ma, kasi may sala na kami. I want to add something here, ma. I want to put some chocolates for your customers, for your clients, while they're doing the mga services. Sabi niya, naku, napaka-business, mo talaga. So from there, alam ko na sa sarili ko, gusto ko na magbe-business ako, pero I make sure na satisfy yung consumers. And then yun, hindi ko pinag-aralan kasi ang business. More on mass communication ako. So, yun nga, public relations. Mas enjoy ko yun talaga yung pinili ko sa. Then, nag-start na ako makakita ng mga tao. They told me, meron talaga daw akong charisma na gano'n. Na parang, even, yung they look at, hindi nila nakikita kung ano talaga yung nakakaramdam. Parang na-feel ka nila, okay, you fit in here. So, pag gano'n,
malambot yung puso ng mga tao sa'yo, right? Like, parang, there's people kasi na, pag meet mo pa lang, parang, parang gusto ko siyang tulungan or something ganun, right? Like, malambot na, ako kasi hindi ako ganun eh. And people meet me the first time, na-intimidate sila sa akin eh. So,
hindi. Ako hindi.
Okay, that's good. Minsan hindi yun healthy eh. I mean, I try to, especially when you're in a position where gusto mo talaga mag-connect and then you have to overcome that. So, yun, I try to work on that. Pero, there are some people, let's say, parang yung sinasabi mo na, like, agad-agad ma-feel mo yung comfort sa taong yun eh, right? Like, hindi ka, so ganun ka, right? I think. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I was blessed that I was able to meet those people na magsasabi sa akin, Aleli, magbenta ka ng ganito, Aleli, bagay sa'yo na magbenta ng ganito. Hindi ko talaga nakikita. Sobrang, ewan ko, feeling ko simple lang ako eh, pero mukha daw ako hindi simple. Kaya, nagiging, nagiging, talaga ako na, mag-business ka ng mga branded bags. Sabi ko, never in my life, in 2015, na bumili ako ng branded bags. Kasi sabi ko, ewan ko, parang hindi siguro ako maano sa mga gamit. Kasi I know it's really temporary. Tapos hindi ko nakukuha yung happiness doon. Maybe sa experiences, yan, sa travel, yan. Pero doon sa bags, isa din yun na parang naging ko din, training kung paano makipag-communicate with the high-profile people, mga elite, yung talagang nag-i-spend ng much sa yung mag-i-invest sila, yung the word invest, even though hindi ko maintindihan why are you investing with sa Louis Vuitton na bag, Hermes bag. Anyway, so gano'n. Tapos nakakamit ako since nag-ibenta nga ako ng mga brands.
This is while you're in the BPO, right?
BPO na din.
So sumasideline ka na talaga even during the...
Nag-sideline na ako. Even in TaskUs dyan, meron akong sideline yun. Beauty naman, beauty products. Yun naman ay ang tawag doon, handmade, ay hindi na handmade, parang own formula nung ka-business partner ko na manager ng Flawless. So parang nakita niya, try this. Anyway, that's after the bags. Yung bags, yung namita ko ng mga tao doon. Isa akong customer, nag-real estate siya. Ang galing niya. Ang ganda niya, paiyak siya. Tapos sabi ko, kasi parang na-feel ko nagbebenta ako ng bags. Nakuha ko na yung peak eh. Kasi doon sa IDEX in Parañaque, pag nagpunta ka doon, lahat ng tao na makikita mo, yung mga bags and wallets nila, sa akin binili. Umabot kami sa business partner ko doon. Kaya sabi ko, yung peak na. So sabi ko, ayoko na. Kasi wala nang challenge. Nabentahan ko na yun. Napicturean ko na yan. Meron na akong client. Meron na akong clients corner ko. Sabi ko, ano pa kaya pwede kong ibenta? Tapos nakita ko siya, na-meet ko yung isang customer ko na, maybe houses naman next time. Hindi ko pa naiisip na highest form of selling na to. Wala lang, parang sabi ko, kaya ko kaya? Hindi ko wala nag-isip sa ako. Pero I asked how professional dapat kapag ganun. So dapat may license, meron kang wide range ng connections. Sabi ko, okay, I'll get there. So that's 2016 or 17, sabi ko. Tapos different partner ko pa yun, hindi pa siya naniniwala sa akin na I can do it. Like, parang, that's over na, Aleli. Parang ganun. So, parang na-step back na. Sabi ko, okay, sige, lilipat na lang ako ng company. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, since nabentahan ko na to, buong company na to ng mga brands. Lilipat ako.
Ibang market naman. Okay.
Diba, so gusto ko talaga yung nag-challenge ako. Kasi, diba, life is, parang hindi ka mag-enjoy kapag walang mga challenges. So, I want more. Not in a sense na hindi ako content. Parang, hindi ko ma-feel na buhay ako kapag wala akong ginagawa. So, anyway, yun. Kaya po ako lumipat ng TaskUs. Dahil lang doon. Promise. At wala nang iba. I was really, enjoying na ako sa kabila. Kahit mga 2 hours lang po. Tapos na yung work ko dun eh. So, magsiselling na ako eh. Ganun. Totoo, sa uulis na ako. Tapos yun. Then, TaskUs, yun lang. Parang, na lang. Medyo, ang kinagusto ko sa last company ko before I took this real estate industry na po. Yun na, yung mga leaders na na-meet ko. Ikaw yun. Isa po, ikaw yun doon. And talagang inspiring, mas professional. Oo. Kasi po ako, not too formal. Yun nga, casual lang talaga ako. Isa rin po daw yun ng asset. Kaya lahat, even though yung may mga customers or clients kasi na mas gusto nila yung kausap nila, hindi kayo nag-aanuhan. Sino bang mas matalino? Sino mas may alam? Kaya yung mga iba kong high-profile clients, sobrang nagiging returning clients sila kasi nakikita nila kahit si Aleli, ito na yung nangyayari sa life niya. She can do this or that. Pero when she talks to me, andun pa din yung, siguro yung connection, tsaka yung pagiging pagpakumbaba. You're still the client, I'm only the...
Walang ego, parang ganun, right?
Yes,
walang ego, there's a level of comfort, kasi nga, yun, kasi walang ego, they don't have to pretend, I guess, to be someone else, or...
Yeah. So yun,
okay.
yung from sa TaskUs, yung leadership, kasi nga parang, sabihin natin, magaling na talaga ako magbenta ever since. But there's no, parang walang pinch of formality. Yun yung natutunan ko po sa TaskUs.
Very nice. And TaskUs, is a good environment to learn.
Opo.
Ako, marami rin ako natutunan sa TaskUs. Like,
Mm.
I learned more in TaskUs, in leadership, in caring for people, caring for employees, and the importance of culture than
Yes.
I ever had in my years in the BPO industry before TaskUs. So I'm very
Oo.
appreciative of TaskUs also. I mean, all the people I met there, ang gagaling talaga ng mga tao doon, like the leaders, and I still maintain like my relationship with most of not all the people that I met there. So
Mm.
ganda rin TaskUs. So after TaskUs ka na real estate, right?
Opo. Mm. Mm.
Okay. So just taking a step back, yung sales skills mo, like yung passion mo for sales, and is it right to say na passion siya? Like it's something that you consider a passion, or just a skill
Um,
that you developed over time?
Passion, pero I have to be honest, when it comes to business, y- yung pagiging lovely ko, hindi siya bagay talaga. Hindi, I mean, yung sense of na tipong considerate when it comes to business as business or sales, hindi pa siya pwede. Kaya nga, kaya nag-stop din akong, nag-lilo rin po ako before stepping back. Kasi nga, I lost a lot, parang siguro 100,000 way back.
Wow.
100,000. So sabi ko, shit,
Because
malaki. Yep, lugi siya.
anong nangyari? So you bought products or paano nangyari?
Those are the designer brands of bags.
So nag
I did the
kumbaga,
layaway.
okay. Got it. So I've read so many times in different books that one of the most important things that you would need to be a successful like CEO or founder of a business is sales skills, right? Because if you have a business and you're the owner, you're the head, you're the founder, you have to be the number one salesperson of your own business, right? So for those that are thinking of going into business and feel like hindi pa sapat yung sales skills nila, what would you say is the best way to develop yung mga sales skills na yan? Right? Because it seems like you've been doing it for a long time now. How did you get so good? I would say a question most listeners would ask. Yeah.
I see. So number one for me would be be confident talaga. And
And how do
love.
you be confident? Like, let's say I'm not confident. I'm scared all the time. How do I be confident?
Alright,
Parang,
if
yeah.
it's product based, you should try the product itself and then try it, then love it, because you cannot sell something if you haven't tried it.
Okay.
That's for me.
So product knowledge is one, right? Like you have to be an expert, whether it's kung skincare yan, you should be able to know how it's made, and you should be able to try it on so that you experience it for yourself or whatever, right? Okay, so product knowledge is one, like
And you
expertise, I
have,
should say.
yeah, I think we can also include, you have to believe on what you are selling. You have to be the own ambassador of the product that you're selling.
Some people
Kasi,
say fake it till you make it. Do you believe in that?
yes, you have to. But for me,
Talaga?
so,
You have to convince yourself is what you're saying. Not really fake
mm,
it till you make it, but you have to really convince yourself until you actually believe.
that, I won't say na dumaan ako sa ganun na nag-fake ako. Siguro, hindi ako marunong magsinungaling eh. Siguro that's one thing din. Kaya talagang successful din yung naging path. If it's not profitable sa'yo, I won't tell na, okay, use it. I will rather find another product or another thing for you. Tapos, that way, makikita mo din na parang, okay, tapos ano ko yun sa akin. So, kung hindi siya naging effective dito sa isang customer na to, tapos I had find for her a different one, i-incorporate ko yung nakita ko doon dito dito sa product. Para I can create personalize sa kanya. Pero I won't overpromise. Kasi I was doing that noong nalugi ako ng 100K. Kaya sabi ko, it's not effective. Nakita ko na parang I was na-take advantage yung skill ko na parang, sige, I understand you, you will just get this, you will get that na lang muna. Hanggang sa hindi ko na sila nakita, nakausap. Kaya natalo yung side ko na gano'n. So, yun po, parang do not over-promise. If you're, be confident, pero don't over-promise.
Okay. So, product knowledge, true belief in the product, and based on that, what you're saying is hindi mo ibebenta unless naniniwala ka talaga dun sa product na yun, right? Naniniwala ka na okay yung product and that it's a good fit, para may value talaga para dun sa client.
Yeah, pero meron din pong aggressive selling. Yan, doon. Pwedeng naman nating ipasok dun yung take it until you meet. I've tried that din. Pero natatawa ko sa sarili ko habang ginagawa ko. Kasi at the end of the day, nilaloko mo ko.
Ano ba yung aggressive selling na yan? Like, how do you do it?
For example, dito na sa real estate thing.
Kahit hypothetical na example na lang.
Sige, sa product, sa skincare na lang, sa katawa. Like, it will give you, yung makikita nating ads na 10 years younger after you used it. Yeah, then
okay. Parang hyperbole, no? Like, very extreme yung
ano. You won't let your customer din to leave you hanging. So, binigay mo na, you will, may presentation ka na, and then another presentation again. Yun ang, for me, aggressive. Yung inupuan niya lang, for example lang, from my experience, I saw someone in Gramercy Residences. Umupo lang ako doon. Tapos pag upo ko doon, I know he can really buy a unit from me. Yun, din kwentuhan
based on his appearance? Physical appearance lang.
I'm not really a judgmental person, pero when it comes to real estate, you have to look what brands.
The profile.
That's the part that I don't want from real estate, because anyone can buy. You just have to let them know that this is a necessity or this is a great investment. But eventually, at the end of the day, you need to ask, are they fit, or is their capacity to pay is okay or not? That's the ending. Yun po, yung aggressive selling, you won't have your day without a sale. So, kailangan after yung mag-usap kayo, uupo ka sa harap niya, sasama niya na ikaw, or mag-ano na kayo, tripping na. Yun lang. Yun, so, yun yung parang nafe-feel ko, parang liligawan mo na, tapos hindi mo talaga pa ako. Paspasan talaga, ora-orada. Yung ganun po.
Okay. So effective yon, right? But it's not your style, is what you're saying, right? Okay. So taking a little bit of a step back then, were there any roadblocks, whether it's mental or emotional, that you had to overcome before you got started? I mean, you did say na at some point you experienced, like, I would say that's probably, some would say that you could consider that as a rock bottom, right? To be without a home, mahirap yun. I mean, especially if you have kids, right? Did that create any kind of emotional or mental roadblocks for you that kinailangan mong malagpasan or to overcome before you became a businesswoman?
For me, the roadblocks that I had experienced before is not really, or maybe I already moved on. I can't remember the roadblocks.
Wala?
Yeah.
I would say, sorry.
I would say it would be the time, because I'm into a norm or the usual time, which is 8 a.m. or the 12. I mean, the 8-hour shift in real estate. Yeah, you can say, or in business, you can say that you hold your time, you have your own time, but you really need to give. Lalo katulad kanina, ayun nga, you give your 100% time to your customers. So parang feeling ko, medyo yun. Kasi sanay ako mag-entertain ng 3 to 4 people in an hour, ganun. Pero kapag sa business, 1 people lang. Tapos, yun, para ma-feel nila na prioritize. So, time lang din pala sa akin for the roadblocks.
So, what you mean is like, ang ibig mo ba sabihin is like yung quality of life mo is naapektuhan, like yung work-life balance. Kasi it sounds like sa real estate, your time is at the hands of the client, right? So, parang ganun yung dating. So, na-impact ba yung yung quality of life or work-life balance in that sense?
Yes, it is na may impact talaga. Pero since if parang it will start talaga if you really want to do the business, you have to be very flexible in a sense na every adjustment, you will take it as, okay, I love this so yung adjustment na to, good thing siya. Hindi mo siya iisipin na parang, nakakaasar, hindi ko dapat to gawing adjustment kasi ganun. Parang it will, parang kaaway mo na yung sarili mo na, di ba ginusto mo yan? So, take full responsibility of the decision that you make. Pag mag-business ka talaga, sige, sabihin na lang natin, tataya ka talaga. Hindi lang pera ang usapan dito, but everything. Even, yun nga, family. Kasi may stress ka talaga, lalo in the first few months. Sobrang stress siya. Kasi andun na yung mga negotiation na out of this world na nakikita mo. Tapos pagitnaan mo pa yung mga clients, consumer, and everything. So parang dapat, yun nga, kung may confidence ka na gawin yung business, alam mo din, yung ready ka din for the other challenges na darating or yung magiging problema dapat or issues, simple lang. But any career in life, there are pros and cons.
Yeah, I agree. I think you just have to be aware of kung ano yung mga sacrifices na dapat mong i-make, like prepared ka doon, and if willing kang i-make yung mga sacrifices na yun, then at least clear yung expectations sa sarili mo, right?
Yep, it will be worth it.
Oo. And I think that's one of the, I read somewhere, nakalimutan ko lang sino nagsabi, pero sa business, there's a huge investment, there's a huge sacrifice sa start, right? Like in the first few years, maybe 5 to 10 years, you have to invest a lot of time, sacrifice a lot of things, whether it be time with your family, your hobbies, things you like to do to build the business. But then after those 5 or 10 years, if those sacrifices pay off, parang mas madali na yung buhay throughout the rest of your life, right? May nagsabi lang na ganun. I don't know if that's something that's, that's the trend for all businessmen. Medyo generalized na kung ganun. But, yun, totoo, di ba? Unless, syempre, as you grow and as you mature, you feel like you can take on more and then mag-start ka ulit ng panibagong business and just you keep challenging yourself, which I think is what most successful entrepreneurs do, so that even at the age of 70s or 80s, nag-business pa rin, right? Because what else are you going to do? Sit at home?
Actually, yung mga 70s na yan, yan ang matitinik na business.
Talaga?
Every cent, bibilangin yan sa harap mo talaga. Which I find na parang, okay, it's not the word greedy, pero business tayo. Kaya pala siguro talaga na-invento yung salitang business is business. Every cent counts. Talagang ganun sila yung mga lolas na. Actually, yun yung recent na client ko.
Tayo na yung mga tita-tito di ba?
Oo, I have to share this with you kasi ang client na yung kasosyo ko sa beauty salon, 26 years old siya, foreigner. So, mas matindi yung yun kasi ang naging part-part lang kami doon. Parang yung hindi full, parang 70-30 lang. So sa akin yung 70% ng gagastusin for the entire beauty salon. Sa akin yung 30% plus the manpower sa akin. Kaya sabi ko, hindi ko mabibigay yung 50-50. So bata pa siya. And then yung owner na hanap namin, coming from, galing sa akin kasi nga parang sabi ko nga sa'yo, sa akin yung manpower eh. So dapat lahat ako magpo-provide ng resources sa kanya and foreigner siya. Matanda na siya. Nasa 70s nga, 70-75. Nagkakaroon sila ngayon ng misunderstanding about the fit-out period. Matututunan mo siya pag nag-commercial space ka na. So yung fit-out period na yon, free talaga yon. Pero nag-negotiate kasi kami. So we started from 350,000 to 140 square meters na presyo. And nag-inom sila. Nag-inom sila, nalalasing. Nag-iilasing na sila, nag-iiba na yung presyo. So sa ako yung naghihirapan. Until gusto na mag-sign nung partner ko. Sabi ko, are you sure we will get the 310 na lang? So from 350, nagkaroon kami ng discount ng 40,000. Knowing na hindi na kami magkakaroon ng fit-out period. Yun yung kaninang attorney na call ko. Ewan kung bakit, hindi ko alam kung bakit yung attorney na nga siya. Kaya nga siya hinire nung business partner. Kaya namin siya hinire para siya yung makikipag-usap professionally or with legalities dito sa owner na it seems like nagpakita kasi ng kapasidad magbayad tong kasyosyo ko. Kaya iniisip nga, yung yan nga sabi sa inyo, mga edad na 70s, 80s, hanggat kaya nilang aangatan nila. Kasi sanay sila sa negotiation na gano'n na parang yung bidding, kung kaya pa, if they saw it na, hindi kaya niya pa magbayad. Okay, still bid. Mga sugalero talaga magagaling, kaya naging successful. So yun, ending namin, doon mo ma-differentiate if a person has this business mindset at young age, bibili niya or kukunin niya ang isang bagay, mag-i-invest siya with her budget or its budget na. Pero kapag nakatagpo ka lang yun ng mga 70s, hanggat pwedeng taasan or makikitain niya pa, kahit sentimo yan, nako, kukunin niya yan. Kaya gano'n. Nalulungkot ako kasi sabi ko nga sa'yo, it's not all about after the money. Kung gusto talaga nung kausap mo na magawa ng business tapos ikaw, aanuhan mo na. Parang, bigyan mo naman ng chance. Kasi graduate ka na yun. Yun nga yung naging term ko. Bigyan natin ng chance ng bata. Kasi ikaw graduate ka na. Alam mo yung sarili mo. Dami mo ng properties and all. Sabi niya. But I don't hindi daw niya nakikita na excited. Mas ako pa daw yung excited. Sabi ko, kaya nga kami mag-business partner. So anyway, tapos na rin naman yung I hope maging okay na sila. Pero biggest problem ko yung kasi hindi ako nakakatulog ng 3 araw kasi I was doing the manpower, tapos iniisip ko pa yung design, ang tagal nila, kasi ang tagal nila mag-decide kung anong magiging construction namin doon. Hanggang sa nag-aagawan na sila. Basta siguro feeling ko matatalo na naman ako dito ng 150 anyway. Sinabi ko nga sa partner ko, kay Prince, sabi ko, okay lang ba yung commission natin na 155 mag-fly away? Sabi niya, bakit ka bumabayad ng gano'n? That's my weakness po pala. I have, parang naiisip ko kasi, in the business, okay lang malugi talaga. You have to accept that. Kasi, kailangan. But you always there are other, focus on the things that you can control. Katulad no, sabi ko, ibuboost ko yung we're constructing this na. So other people will very get excited for us. They will look forward na i-attend. So ang target ko sa kanya, patataasin natin yung sales natin kay partner. Patataasin na yung sales niya, bibigyan ka niya ng i-top up niya yung sahod mo as the manager kasi siya yung mag-acting as manager. So hindi mo na maiisip yung natalo. So parang lagi mong pag nare-business ka pala, lagi mong titingnan yung other side na hindi nanggugulang other side na pwede mo pang, okay, kikita pa ako dito sa side na to, sa gantong area ng business namin, kikita pa ako. So, sige, let go natin yung 155. Laging moving forward lang. Yun lang po yung naiisip ko nung last time.
Yeah, that sounds like a really stressful thing to go through. Dapat kasi hindi na sila nag-inuman. Ba't nag-inuman pa kasi?
Yeah. Tapos alam mo ba, sinasabi nila pa sa akin, tita na lang tawag mo, gano'n. Sabi ko, hindi kita tatawagin tita kasi you're always telling me business is business. Parang feeling ko ay dyan, pag nakuha ko na din tong pick ng real estate, mag-aano na ako, maglo-lawyer na ako. Kasi gano'n din yung nangyari. Tapos sa nakaraan, parang hindi ko din ma-feel. Kasi ganda pa rin ng business. Yun yun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think tama yung sinabi mo eh. Like you always keep moving forward. Ako para sa akin, I really believe that. And even if you make mistakes,
Pero
like,
nagganon ka nung sinabi ko, okay lang malugi.
Hindi okay malugi. Hindi okay malugi. Pero at the same time, you focus on ganyan sabi mo, I agree with that. You focus on the things you can control. Eh kung talagang nalugi ka na, wala ka ng choice, right? Like you can't dwell on it. You have to keep moving forward. If you stay in that negative state, wala. Maapektuhan lahat. Maapektuhan yung business, maapektuhan yung mga taong maasa sa'yo, right? So, and especially if you're leading a large group of people, lahat ng galaw mo tinitignan nila eh, right? Especially when things go bad. When things go bad, they look at you for direction, for guidance. Ikaw yung magbibigay ng yung temperature ng team, yung temperature ng buong organization galing sa iyo eh. If you show them na nagdudwell ka dun sa issue na yun, then everyone will dwell on the issue and no one will move forward. Pero the moment you start moving forward, the moment you focus on the things that you can control, the moment you focus on the things that you can do to move forward, lahat yan move forward. The entire team goes with you. So, medyo mahirap sa taas, right? Pero at the same time, it's a big responsibility, but it's also very rewarding as long as you keep moving forward, right? So you touched on a very interesting subject, which I think most of the listeners would be very interested in knowing. How did you find funding? Like paano mo diniskartehan yung funds para makapag-start ng salon, right? Like from the time na zero pa or when you started planning for it, paano yun nagawa? Kasi I think that's once you overcome the emotional and mental roadblocks, I think that's the next step to overcome, right? Where do I find funds for my business?
All right. Have you ever heard about financer?
Oh, like yung mga naglilibre pag dinner, right? Tsaka usually akong financer. Anyway, can you define it? Define it for us, yung mga for our audience, right? Like can you define what you mean by financer?
Okay, I'll do it like this. You have to talk to someone who really wants to spend, to invest. Just like you're in real estate, pero this from my experience, she really wants to do the business. So she's a foreigner. Definitely, if a foreigner will do a business, she needs someone local to do the business permit and everything. So you will present to her. You will be her consultant, explaining every details on how she will start her business. And then you will negotiate of how much, as I mentioned to you, it would be like, it always 50%, 50-50, the sharing as for the funds. But you can still negotiate. I believe in everything is negotiable dito sa buhay natin. So yun, negotiate ako ng 30% kasi I saw myself, I'll be the hands-on. Siya yung upo lang. May ganun di ba? Donya. And then, which is I love naman. Wala naman akong sasabihin iba doon kasi gusto ko talaga yung nagtatrabaho ko and nakikita ko talaga yung nangyayari. So yun, so naging 70% kay financer. Usually, pag sabing financer talaga, 100% yan eh. And then, ikaw lang lahat gagawa. Pero, ang dating sa'yo nun, parang CEO din ba ang tawag doon?
Not necessarily. Pwede siyang investor, right? May mga, like, for example, in the US, may mga tinatawag na venture capitalists na nagbibigay lang ng funds, minsan nagbibigay ng advice, right? Especially if kailangan mo ng funds to grow your business. Pero for the most part, it's usually for those businesses na nag-start na, tapos malaking potential for growth. And then angel investors or venture capitalists, they come in, give you some money based kung anong nakikita nilang value ng business mo based on the potential for growth. Tapos you give them equity. So sila na yung may porsyento sila ng ownership ng business. Parang ganun. So kind of similar.
And in my case pala, I was so lucky kasi hindi ko kailangan mag-present sa kanya ng ganun na may equity, what will be the income. Kasi she already had the knowledge na para, yun nga, may fund siya ng 7M for the entire na. And then 30% noon makagaling sa akin. Sabi ko, sige, I will get the 30%. Tapos sa sharing, ganun din. Kasi nga, kung ano yung nilabas mo, yun din dapat ang ano mo. Yun ang nakita ko sa business na men. Pero depende pa rin po. Siguro, I would be happy if makaka-encounter ako ng ganun na transaction. Kasi this one is really, something na parang sister to sister agreement. Hindi siya talaga yung tipong katulad niya sa amin, may mga
gentleman's agreement, pero babae kayo parehas.
Oo, yung mga ganyan. Yun yung sa amin. So, I want that. I'm learning from you po na meron pala talagang ganun na capitalist nga tawag, di ba? I want to learn that as well. Pero, yun nga, it takes time and let the moment sink in. Yun din ang sabi ko kay Kasyosyo na if you're, kasi malaki nga yung nilabas niya, mas malaki sa akin. Ako, sanay naman ako eh. Tsaka I still have aside from the salon, I still have the real estate. Tapos pwede rin ako go down with the face mask. Share ko pala sa inyo, nung pandemic, na loss namin is 400,000.
Wow.
Yes, sad to sad. Tapos nawala pa yung client namin. So, bibigyan kita ng malungkot. It seems
ang
like...
galing yung 400,000 na loss?
Doon sa, sa leasing. Ng renting. Na wala na siya dahil hindi nag-renew yung iba, tapos hindi dumating yung mga staff nila. So, we need to... Okay, wala tayong kliyente for ilang 2 months to 3 months. So, nawala na siya. And then, doon kami parang nag-back to zero, pero mas maganda naman kasi nga mas marami kami. Before, nung nag-start kami doon sa huge project namin ng 400 units, in the span of 1 month, wala kaming leads noon. Wala kaming kilalang owner. Ang alam lang namin is we can just communicate. So, ang kinaganda din nung nawala na yun, sabihin natin, nawala din yung 400 namin na client, nagkaroon kami ng mga owner na magtitiwala sa amin na client naman ang hahanapin namin. Magiging ganun, parang vice versa. Kung walang client, owners na hahanapin. Walang owners, walang client, ganun.
So may mga clarification, like follow-up questions sa mga sinabi mo. So starting with, so yung kasosyo mo dun sa salon, ang funds na nilabas niya, 70% ng total funds is 30% sa'yo, right? So 100% together. Tapos ang ownership niya ganun din, 70-30. Right? So sa mga nakikinig ngayon, interested, paano humanap ng ganun? Sister to sister gentleman's agreement ng mga ganyan. Like paano siya nahanap or
pag sinabi ko, it comes naturally. Hindi pa pwede, no? Sabi ko nga sa'yo, I'm not really the aggressive. You should talk to my partner.
How long have you known her? What was your relationship bago kayo naging ganyan? Naging magkasosyo?
3 months.
3 months? Wow.
Maybe it's a lot.
Galing, ha? And she trusted you with her money within that after 3 months of knowing you?
Yes.
Galing. Why do you think she did that? Like, bakit siya nagtiwala sa'yo?
I am the broker of her unit. So she said to me that during the lockdown, she was really alone. No one, no friends, no relatives. And then they're having conflict with her fiancé. And then, I don't know, I just gave her 3 face masks. during our signing of contract. That was the first day that I met her. Ha? Then after that, she was really giving me much money. Um, like, para saan to, tanong ko sa isip ko. She said, you pay my Wi-Fi bill. Ganyan siya mag-English kasi, Chinese. Ganon, you pay for my Wi-Fi bill, Aleli. You pay for my Meralco. Tapos, ako naman, siguro parang reading between the lines, I know she cannot do it. That's why. Sabi ng partner ko, bakit? But is it your job already? Your job is just to give her the money. I mean, give her her unit, a turnover mo ng okay yung unit. Then, after that, wala ka na dapat gagawin. Sabi ko, maybe she needs help. Hindi lang niya masabi. Kasi elite you know, there are high profile na tao na hindi nila kayang sabihin, I need something from you or I need someone kasi I'm struggling. Tapos yun, anong hindi?
Di, ano lang, nabibilib ako eh. Like, it's amazing. Sige, tuloy mo lang. I'll tell you what I'm thinking after.
Okay. Tapos, and then yun, after ilang months, nawalan siya ng net. Tinawagan niya, hindi yung provider. Ako. Tapos nung tumawag siya sa akin, hindi ko rin alam gagawin. So basic troubleshooting. Sabi ko, turn off, ganyan. Sa tatawa na ako. Parang sabi ko, okay. I think she wants ng companion. Parang she has everything na. Doon ko na nakuha. Noon pa sa akin sabi ng partner ko, apakayaman yung client mo na yan. Kasi nagkaroon din po pala kami nung isang client, pero lalaki. So medyo aloof ako dapat kasi baka magselos yung isa. Ano siya, alam ito? Sa leader siya ng Huawei. Ang laki din ng unit nila. Actually, sabay silang dalawa na client ko. Yung unit ni Huawei, ni Huawei Wang yung last name niya. Yun din yung nagustuhan nito ni Zoe, yung kasosyo ka naman sa business. So parang naiisip ko, sentimental sa akin yung lugar na yun. I believe nag-take ako ng picture din ko, sabi ko, dahil dito ko na-meet tong mga tao na talaga. Umabot pa kami, dyan, nung doon kay Wang, ikukwento ko lang din sa'yo. Pati pagbili ng office table niya, ako yung kasama.
Talaga?
Kaya sabi ko, tapos ang heartfelt pa ng mga messages na tipong parang, I won't be able to see SM Aura without your help. Tapos, ito pa, kumuha ulit ka ng isang unit. Sabi ko, para kanino? Kasi Aleli, I saw a basketball court here. Doon daw sa yung tower na nun. Sabi ko, you already have your own. Bakit ka kukuha pa dito? Sabi niya, I love their shower here. We deal na, please. And so, we transact, tapos na. Sabi ko, are you sure? Tapos, he paid it in a year. And sila kakabilis. Kasi yun, natuwa rin ako dun sa Tapos, ano pa ba? Yun naman yung bad side ni Kasosyo. Parang malungkutin siya. Ito isa jolly-jolly lang. Parang ganun din. Kayang magbayad talaga kung anong man gusto. Tapos, nagtatanong din. Feeling ata nila all around ako. Na parang kaya kong ibigay kung ano yung itatanong. Kaya palang isagot. Ay, may sagot ako sa lahat ng tanong nila dito sa Pilipinas. Parang yun ang naisip ko. Kaya talagang nakuha ko yung loob niya. Pero hindi ko siya pinilit in a sense na sinabi niya lang, Aleli, do you also do beauty shop? Sabi ko, ano beauty shop? Napatanong isip. Kasi alam naman English nila, hindi talaga natin. You mean you want to build a commercial, a beauty salon? Yes, I want that. Sabi ko, okay, we'll just check commercial spaces. So, kinabukasan niya na. Then, nag-start na in love siya dun sa place na yun. Yun lang, parang hindi ko din talaga, kahit na yun, hindi ko, pinipinch ko pa yung sarili ko, parang, do I deserve this na maging kasi,
hey, you deserve everything you get. Like, whether it's good or bad, kung ano man yung deserve mo, yun yung makukuha mo, right? Like, ito yung sinasabi ko lagi, and I learned this a while ago, is, kaya yung makukuha mo. But kung mayaman ka ngayon, tas bigla ka naghirap, pero nakuha mo yung yaman na yun because you give value to people, madali lang, babalik ka rin agad. Like, versus yung mga tao na, let's say, nanalo sa loto, right? Majority ng mga taong nanalo sa loto, within a few years, naghihirap ulit, right? Because they didn't earn it, they didn't create any value, hindi naman sila talagang, they don't have the characteristics of someone na nagbibigay ng value sa mga ibang tao, right? And I think yun din yung kaya ako napapailing kanina kasi naiisip ko lang, it's I think it's the heart, right? Like they saw your heart, they saw who you are, and like siguro na-build na agad yung trust just because of the fact that they saw who you really are nang walang kapalit, right? Like they were just asking these things, simple things, but also it showed who you are as a person. Kasi tama nga naman yung sinabi nung nung partner mo, hindi mo trabaho talaga yan, right? Naalala ko rin yung yung Karate Kid. I don't know if you watched Karate Kid. Nasa Netflix siya ngayon. But yung master niya doon, si Mr. Miyagi, di ba naglilinis lang ng naglilinis ng CR, nag-aayos ng something. Tapos, and yun, tinuruan siyang mag-karate and he was making him do yung mga pinturahan yung mga fence, linisin yung mga kotse, pero underneath, tas nababad trip na siya kasi kala ko ba tuturuan mo mag-karate, pero pinaglilinis mo lang, pinapaayos mo lang yung bahay mo, etc. And then underneath all of those things na pinapagawa sa kanya, may meaning. Yun pala yung mga moves na kailangan niyang matutunan. Di ba? Yung mga ganyan-ganyan. Yun, and then sobrang yaman din nung master niya na yan. So binigyan siya ng kotse later on kasi nga yun. Maganda yung movie actually, although matagal na. Let's see. Yeah, that's really inspiring, no? Like you just have to be a good person at all times regardless kung anong sitwasyon.
Sabi nila if you're doing the business, you don't have to hindi mo dapat wala ka dapat mabait na puso Sabi nila. Kasi
sino sila?
lahat na nakakausap ko. To be honest. Talagang Aleli Berroya yan Ganun lagi ang term nila sa akin. Kaya, yun nga, yung ibang clients na feeling nila, they were nata-take advantage sila. Ang ending nun, sa akin yung sisi. Ito na nga, yung share ko sa si Kasyosyo. Feeling niya, yung kick-out period na hindi ibinigay nito ni owner is naloko siya. So, nagulto ko bigla may attorney. Tapos, at the end of the day, siguro, naglaylo ako sa kanya. Kasi that's the time na parang naisip ko din, you're always trusting me. Yun ang mali pala na pag too much emotion ang ibibigay mo into something, lalo kapag yun nga sa business nga, sisirain Kaya yun nga, nagkaroon kami ng gap nito ni business. Nag-start pa lang kami, may gap na kagad. Iisip nga, niloko ko siya. Bakit daw, trabaho ka daw na anihin yung fit-out period na dapat free yun. So, hindi ko daw na-mention. Pero, I know in myself, at start ng signing namin, I was really reminding her na bata pa So, talagang, gusto niya mag-business. Ngayon nga, napapansin ko, gusto niya pala mag-business kasi gusto niya i-prove kay partner niya na hindi lang siya pangbahay. Naging pangbahay kasi siya nito lately. Parang may ganun kasing babae, di ba? Parang may isip nila, papalitan ako nito kasi ganyan yung So, isa pala yan sa mga gusto mag-business. Parang if you're feeling super bored at house, dapat aalisin mo yung nagiging bossy ka ng bahay. Kailangan, marunong ka talaga makipag-usap sa tao. So yun, umiyak siya sa akin. Namimiss ko tuloy siya. Umiyak siya sa akin, nagsasorry siya na parang hindi na daw dapat niya dinala yung attorney, which is totoo naman. Hindi rin naman na ending, hindi pa rin ibibigay yung fit-out period na hinihingi niya kung hindi dahil sa akin na sinabi ko, sige na, let go of my commission. Wag na. Sabi ko na gano'n. So another risk na naman yan. That's one thing. Talaga laging mong isipin, money is just money. You can earn it anytime. Kikitain at kikitain. Pero yung pang loloko sa tao is a no-no for me.
Ito ba ang partner na to? Ito yung may-ari ng 70%?
Oo.
Okay. So bata pa to? Akala ko matanda.
Actually, gusto niya 100%. I just don't want her to feel na parang sabi niya pa nga, sige, Aleli, 100 me, I'll just give all the funds, lahat. But promise me, you'll do the manpower. Okay. Pero nung lately, naisip ko, parang sanay siyang bumili ng tao. Bumili ng kaibigan. Sa sobrang dami niya ng pera, kaya naisip ko, okay, hindi ko ibibigay sa kanya yung ganun. Kasi when you're doing the business, hindi ka bibili ng tao. Ipo-provide mo yung service or yung treatment sa tao. Yung parang hindi, kasi pag bumili ng tao, parang ibang business yun, di ba?
Yeah.
Yun
Yeah, I
na,
get what you're saying. Kailangan may mutual respect pa rin, right? Regardless of gaano pa kalaki yung shares niyo sa business, right? Whether maliit yung sa'yo or mas malaki yung share mo, there has to be mutual respect pa rin. Especially kung meron naman kayong pinag-usapan na like specific roles. Like kung yung role mo is yung mag-manage and then siya yung mag-finance, dapat yun.
Nung una, sabi niya talaga, cashier, syempre sa cashier gusto niya. Tapos nitong lately, nag-usap kami, ayaw na daw niya, hindi na daw siya pupunta sa salon. So sa practice ko, grabe naman yung responsibility na ibibigay nito. Parang, and then, another good thing pa lang is yung partner niyang lalaki, kasi balak na talaga namin ni Prince, kung hindi lang nag-ano yung pandemic, gagawa kami ng sarili ng real estate firm na. Kasi nga, meron naman na kaming mga connections.
Si Prince yung partner mo, right? Yung boyfriend? Okay.
So, yun, sabi ko, na-postpone. Kasi, pandemic, kids, ganyan. Eto, nung dumating, sabi ko nga sa'yo, si Prince ang aggressive seller talaga. Pinursu niya tong partner. Kasi, pag Chinese po, para sa akin, they're into business talaga. Ayaw nilang natutulog ang pera. So, etong isa, ang nakita ko, nag-iinuman din sila nun, gusto nang mag-create. So, si Prince ang nakahanap ng funds pala for the real estate naman, not for the beauty salon. So, a different negotiation yung nangyari sa kanila doon. Kaya mas maganda kapag may other questions ka pa. Parang pwede din galing kay Singkit. Kasi mas magaling siya, mas business-minded talaga siya. Ako yung talagang parang, duwag nga ako, umiiyak nga ako nun kayong dalawa kausap ko. Sabi ko, teka lang, hindi ko alam kung paano. Sorry, one from the leader and one from someone next to my heart. Ganun yung sabi ko sa sarili ko. Actually, sabi ko gano'n, kaya okay. Tapos, anyway, yun, when it comes to funds, pwedeng sa'yo galing. Pero me kasi personally, hindi talaga din ako palautang. Yung iba, I heard they will ask for a business fund sa bank. Possible naman po. Pero ever since in my life, hindi talaga din ako nagkaganon na ano. Pero mas gusto ko kung may bibilin ka, pay mo na siya in full. Mga ganon.
Yeah. I think there's power in having debt. Pero I think it's the same as fire, diba? Kasi depends on how you use fire. You can either destroy or create, right? Same thing sa debt. Ingat lang sa kung paano gamitin. Right? I think some people use debt as a very, very effective way of increasing their business, increasing their wealth. But if you don't know what you're doing, you have to be careful talaga. So research, really understand what kind of debt you're coming into and how you get out of it. I just have 2 more questions. Last 2 questions ko na lang. First is, do you have any regrets? Like looking back at your journey from maybe all the way back 10 years ago or 15 years ago or whatever from when you were a child. Meron bang regrets na sana ganito na lang yung ginawa mo or sana ganito yung approach na tinake mo? And if what are those? Like, and how would you change things?
What regret would be the course. Kasi it's so hard to get a license if you're not into the real estate. So si partner, kaya maganda din talaga is siya lang yung pwedeng magkaroon ng license. So laging accredited lang ako, which is I find okay lang din naman. Ganun din naman for me eh. I don't need a label naman as long as I can work with them. Pero label ng license. Yun lang yung naisip ko, John, parang kailangan mo pala, you have to study the real estate course tapos mag-exam. Kasi kung exam, okay lang po yan eh, kasi matututunan. Pero you have to study. But since into BPO since then, I know naman ng mga American culture na not looking into, ano di ba, education. It's more on
Wait,
skill.
bakit mo siya regret? Like, ano ba nangyari doon?
Kasi ang course na kinuha ko is mass communication. Kung noon pa lang, nag-iisip na talaga ako na pera
You're talking
talaga.
about college.
Yeah,
Okay.
college
Got
life,
it.
college days. So, because
Sige.
parang yun na din siguro yung path ng life ko dyan. Parang hindi siya dapat pinaplano ahead. Kasi, I got my 2 kids as early as 17, separated from their father. Kaya parang sabi ko, ito yung lifestyle ko na siguro. Hindi may pag-lifestyle. Ano yun. Ito na yung path ko. Parang every opportunity talaga kailangan kong i-grab for me to enjoy my life here dito.
Yeah,
Yun
I agree 110%. Most successful businessmen or most successful people in general, whether they're in business or whatever, go through some really difficult times. And a lot of people do go through difficult times. So what sets apart those na nagiging successful and those na hindi is how they react, right? How they manage those difficult times. So madalas naman sa hindi, like the people that will inspire you, hindi talaga diretso yung path nila. Right? Like, kagaya na sa'yo, like marami kang hirap na pinagdaanan. And that's usually normal because it builds you up. It builds your character. It builds you into someone na kayang dumanas ng hirap na hindi nabe-break or hindi nasisira. Right? And that's inspiring. That's really inspiring. My other question would be, my last question is, what advice would you give to our listeners, pwedeng yung mga in their 20s or even in their 30s like me, anyone that's thinking about changing their life, maybe starting a business but are hesitating, they have fears, they have roadblocks, whether emotional or mental. What advice would you give them so that they make that leap, they start changing their lives for the better?
So parang, sobrang daming pwedeng katakutan sa life natin ngayon. Hindi pong malilimit talaga tayong gawin yung gusto natin. Pero if you're really having second thought, tapos yung feeling mo is excited ka na mas takot ka, you have to grab it. For me, that's it. Kasi that's what I felt when I entered the real estate industry. I told myself, I'm already contented with what I'm getting here. I have my own time for my family. But eventually, takot ako na parang, Aleli, back of my mind, parang telling me, wala nang challenge sa'yo. Kahit enough ka sa family mo, yung sarili mo, how will you be happy for what you're doing? Kasi ikaw if you're a breadwinner or single mom or ganon, kailangan you're the foundation. So if you're the foundation, you have to take yourself, your sanity very intact, yung core mo. Kaya mas maganda if you're having second thoughts na. Tapos always think na ganito. Parang you can still do amazing things kahit kunin mo yan. Kasi eventually, you have your full support from your family. They will never understand kung talagang malabo sa kanila yan. But at the end of the day, if they're seeing you very happy, which I saw with my 2 kids talaga, they saw me so happy and so glad what we're doing. At share ko pala, nakikita na rin nila kung paano pumapasok yung then my son always asks me, Ma, ang dami naman masyado niyan. Kasi siguro hindi talaga sanay ng ganun. Siguro makikita po niya dati, nagalit yung mom ko na parang, hindi ka na naman nagpadala. Ganun pa yung term sa akin kasi that was in pandemic. Ang hirap So anyway, sabi niya, Ma, sobrang dami na yan. Tapos nag-a-ask siya ng something from me na parang, I know it's pricey, pero kaya naman bilhin. Pero andun pa din ako sa limit na parang, is it a need? Tapos yun, natutuwa ako kasi kung tatanungin mo ko if success is about what I am, nasa loob yun eh. Parang ano yung nafe-feel mo? Do you feel successful? Kasi money nga, oo, katulad na I've met people talaga na they have everything. Pero deep inside, they're sad. So for me, it's not success. Kasi may kulang ka nakukulangan ka. So, ibibigay sa'yo yung mga bagay na hinahanap mo. Pero hindi mo pa din maaano. So for me, ang magiging pangit pala nung sagot ko. Ngayon ko na-realize. Nag-jump na ako sa success. Ba't kaya ako nag-ready? Kasi, alam mo, John, I have to be honest, naghugas ako ng plato kanina. Sabi ko, tatanungin kaya niya ako kung what is success to you? Kaya isip ko, hindi ko alam. Ayan po, ito. Anyway, sabi ko nga sa sarili ko, if you're doing the business, always do not have the heart to people kasi you won't. Believe in yourself, yun yung. Believe in yourself that you can do this without the help from others. Kailangan talaga firm ka with every decision. If business, we're talking about business. Pero if about successful business, that's the time na ipapasok mo na yung mga tao, you need them. And you have to be very, very humble of what you're doing. Tapos show them na what you are right now, they have their own pace in life. Pero hindi pa ako successful Ewan ko.
Successful na yan. You know, ang takeaway ko sa sinabi mo would be, and it's very aligned to my own like core principles Kasi for me, like maybe not success, but more on happiness, right? Like kasi maraming successful gaya sabi mo na may pera pero hindi ganun ka-happy, right? Happiness for me, subjective. Happiness is subjective. Kasi like it really depends on what your values are, what makes you happy, right? Kasi some people, as long as you're on that journey towards happiness, even if you fail, pwede ka pa rin maging happy Especially if you're moving forward, right? Like kunyari nag-fail ka, may iniisip ka na magandang investment or magandang strategy, tas mali ka pala. And you can still be happy in that because you're learning, right? And you're in the journey to success. So yun, like I agree 110%, 1,000,000% na you should work on yourself. That's the other thing. I think number 2 takeaway for me is work on yourself, right? Kaya sabi mo, focus on yourself. Kasi if you yourself don't think about what other people are saying, just focus on yourself, work on your skills, work on your attitude, your mindset, right? On your emotions, be able to control what your thoughts are, right? And really focus on the vision that you have for yourself and your family. That's most important, and then everything else will follow. People will see that. That's how I say it, all right? Like it's you, right? Work on yourself, and anything others will say is just maybe validation na lang sa kung ano man na nagawa mo for yourself, right? So yun.
Share ko yung Siyempre dapat malaman nila. Kasi you were the one you're the one who I'm talking to before nung sa So share ko sa inyo na napaka-snob niyang mga replies niya nun. Wow. As in, snob in a sense na it's you, Aleli, tas thumbs up lang. So parang iniisip ko, okay, he will not be responsible of my decision. So yun nga, at the end of the day, it's you. Kailangan ikaw, you decide yourself. Other people around your environment is just to support you, or to give you advices and ideas. Like what I'm doing or we're doing right now. We're just giving you advices. Pero at the end of the day, ikaw pa din yan. Kung feel mo talaga, we're still here to tell you na ang galing mo, okay, nagawa mo yan. Pero pagtulog mo sa gabi, lagi mong sasabihin sa'yo mo, you did it because ikaw yan, nag-decide ka. Yun, ganun din po yung nag-feel ko kay John noon na natatakot akong gawin yung real estate.
Galing. You made the right choice for sure. Kasi number 1, you followed your path, you followed your passion. Saan ka talagang magaling. And you're your own person hindi ka na employee, right? Kasi you're building your dream. That's the most important part. Kasi pag employee ka, you're building someone else's dream. Yung pinaka-boss ng company nyo, yung pangarap niya, yung binibuild mo, right? 9 hours a day. But you're building your own dream. So that's important. And that's very inspiring. So thank you so much for spending time with me. For our listeners, how can we support you? Like if anyone's listening to this and they want to support you and help you out, what can they do? Maybe on social media or anything you want to share that we as your supporters and your fans can help you on.
Yeah. So right now we're still in the construction for the beauty salon, so I don't have anything to tell you yet. Yeah, of course, prayers to continue, and there are things na number one prayer ko. If this is too much to handle, Lord, let me help me to give my full hands on it, or your full hands pala rather. So right now, prayers lang. No more marketing and advertising. I'm not telling na kaya ko kasi, but because, or yeah, push on your own business na pala to our listeners. Yun na yung
Yan.
pinaka-support sa atin. If you're gonna
Follow your
continue,
dreams. No?
yes,
Ah.
natutuwa ako kung sino ka mo.
All right. Cool. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Really, really inspiring stuff. And thanks for chatting with me. Bye-bye.
Bye.